Okay, so I'm back from my run now. I just did a 5-mile run outside. And so now I'm gonna run you through some stretches and some foam rolling techniques to do after a run specifically, but you can really use this anytime. There's my dog in front, that's Belle's. So we're gonna start, you wanna do a combination of both stretching and foam rolling, especially on muscles that are extra sore. So I'm just gonna start with some stretching and then move into the foam rolling and then end with a little bit more stretching. So just like 5 minutes here to get your body ready for the rest of your day and to be prepared to not be sore for tomorrow. So, okay, so we're gonna start with just one knee down, one leg up. Go ahead and extend that front leg forward, and then you're just gonna lean into it, so you should feel that deep stretch in the hamstring. So just go down as far as you can, even if that's just here and you're resting on your leg, that's okay. So you're gonna breathe in nice and deep while you hold this stretch. So take nice deep breaths. Try and keep the back a little bit flatter. That will really make you hinge at the hips and really hit that hamstring, okay? Foot is a little bit flexed as you're pulling up here. You want to make sure you're holding all your stretches for at least 20 seconds, if not closer to 30. Now taking this same leg, bend it, and then move it forward. So now your front leg is bent and your back leg is at this long angle and you're hitting this hip flexor right here. If you can, take both your hands down on the inside of your foot, right here. And then try and drive this knee even more forward. So keep driving that knee forward. You should feel the inside of your thigh on this front leg and then your hip flexor back here. Good, hold it and take some nice deep breaths. You always want to breathe into your stretches. So just hold them and try to breathe, relax your muscles. Couple more seconds here. Good. Go ahead and release that. Same thing on the other leg. So one leg forward. First, we're going to get that hamstring, so lean into it. Bells, stop. Good. Just hold it and breathe. And then go ahead and push that weight forward. So now you have the front leg bent, back leg is at that wide angle. Hands on the inside of your leg if you can, and drive that knee forward. So just keep pushing it forward. Try to actively push that forward, but I don't want you rocking, so just holding it. And then breathe. And you can kind of play around with when you're in this position especially. It might feel a little bit better to kind of rotate your hips one way or another, especially if you do have a certain spot that's hurting you. You might be able to stretch a little bit more by rotating the hip either towards the outside or a little bit more towards the inside. Good, and then the last one we're gonna do here before we hit that foam roller is just, we're gonna get into a deep squat here. Toes are turned out a little bit. And try and get your elbows on the inside of your knees and just push the knees out. This is allowing your tailbone to pull down on your spine and stretch out that lower back a little bit, okay? Again, you're just coming as low as you can on this. Good. Okay, from here, go ahead and if you have your foam roller with you, you're gonna go ahead and get that. I'm gonna try and be angled here so I can show you what I'm doing. You gotta move. So we're gonna start, so I'm gonna start with my right leg. I'm going to start by, I'm gonna go right on the bottom of my hip bone, so I'm not on my bone. I'm right underneath it. And I'm gonna roll on the front of my leg first. So on my quad here, I'm gonna come forward, rolling, bell stop. Now you wanna go nice and slow when you roll. Nice and slow. Oh, I felt a bump. So then if you feel a spot where it's a knot or a little bump or it's super tender, what you want to do is get to that spot. When you're right on top of it, you want to stop and hold and breathe and try to relax. And you want to hold it here for about 20-30 seconds. Hopefully you will feel it kind of relax, and then you're going to just keep going from there. So you're going to stop and breathe if you feel a knot, and if you need to pause this to keep going and hit some knots in your leg, that's fine. Bell stop. And then you're going to roll past it, but go nice and slow. So all my weight is on this bottom leg that I'm rolling. And you're going to go just to the top of the knee, and you can go back up too. That's totally fine. Just make sure you're going nice and slow. Okay? So I'm just going to show you on one side of the body, and then you can stop the video and you can do the other side. So you would do that on both legs. Then we're going to hit the side of your leg or your IT band. Now the trick with this one is, even though you're rolling on top of the IT band, our IT band doesn't actually stretch. So it can be tight or have tension on it, but rolling it isn't going to release that. We're going to increase blood flow to the area, and we're hitting right on the muscles that are right underneath our IT band. So you're going to go nice and slow again. Now the trick here, if you can see, let me try and tuck my shirt in here. The trick is that we're not totally on our side. So I'm not going to go completely on my side and roll just straight down my leg. I'm going to tilt slightly forward on that, and I'm going to go from there. So again, starting at the bottom of your hip, and you're going to just kind of push yourself with your other leg, or you can pull yourself with your arms. Nice and slow, stay a little bit tilted forward. And again, if you feel that knot, you're going to stop, pause, breathe through it, 20 to 30 seconds. Hopefully you feel that muscle just release, okay? Or the tension in that spot release, and then you're going to continue rolling, okay? So those two. Another big one you want to hit is your hamstring again. So to do this one, you can start either sitting on the roller or slightly off. One leg is going to be straight out. You can rest your other leg on top, or you can use that one to move if you don't want so much tension. So I'm going to cross my legs here. Again, starting right underneath my glute, and I'm just going to pull myself back to the top of my knee and then push myself forward. Very slow again, okay? So that's going to hit your hamstring. Then from there, you're going to sit on top. This one you should be doing, well, you can do all of these while you're at H4 as well, but we're going to hit our glute. So I'm going to focus on my right side. So I'm going to take my right leg, cross it on top of my left. I'm going to lean a little bit into that side, and then I'm just going to roll very small distance right on the glute muscle and into that hip, okay? Not as big of a movement here. You're just going to kind of go back and forth. But once again, if you feel that knot, pause and breathe, and hopefully it relaxes through, okay? And then the last one is going to be your hip flexor. So we're going to take it back to the front. And you could do this one, you know, when you're with your hamstring as well. But so we're going to work literally right on here, okay? So now we're going to start. You don't want to be on a bone. You're going to kind of go, there's a little divot right there, and you're just going to kind of move around in that little tiny divot, okay? Front and back. Sorry, the dog loves to be with me when we're after I get back from a run. So just a little bit of movement back and forth. okay? So those are the main ones you should be hitting, especially when you get back from a long walk, a run, a jog, whatever you're outside doing, where your lower body focus like that. Those are all the areas that can get tight. So do the stretches, do the foam rollers. Then when you're done foam rolling, I would go back, do some similar stretches. This time I'm going to take my legs, I'm going to sit down, take my right leg across my left, lean into that, so push my upper body forward. And now I should be feeling that stretch into my right glute hip area, and just hold it and breathe. Again, we're going for about 20 seconds. Once you hit that one, go ahead and switch, same thing, other leg. Push your upper body into it and breathe. And then from here, I'm gonna do my hamstrings again. I'm just gonna do sit and reach, old school, but I'm gonna try and keep my back as flat as possible. I'm gonna reach for my toes, and I'm just gonna hold it and breathe. Just is very important to remember, you guys, once you're being more active outside, whether it's just because the weather's nice or you're gonna try a new routine, you have to make sure that you're recovering your body in order for you to keep doing that routine. So you don't want to get injured. You don't want to feel like you can't move the next day. You have to stretch, you have to recover, you have to take rest days. Okay, so those are gonna be very important. So that's my stretching and foam rolling for after a run. And if you didn't catch it, there's another video that you can do for a warm up before you go out for your run. So I'll see you guys all soon and hope you have a great day. Bye.